For as long as the stars have burned, there has been the void, a cold, dark infinity filled with promise and peril. Mankind, fragile and small, dared to dream of conquering it. From their humble beginnings, staring at the skies with awe, they grew to touch them. They leapt from Gaia's cradle, spreading to the moon, Mars, and beyond, always hungering for more. Not wealth, nor glory, nor dominion, but for understanding, for purpose, for their place among the heavens. But the void is not empty, and humanity learned this the day they encountered the Veilkeeper. It began with the rupture of a hyperspace lane near the forgotten edges of the Perseus Arm. A colony ship, Hope's Ascent, blinked into real space only to find itself in the path of an impossible sight. A colossal figure draped in darkness, towering like a celestial monument. His back was bent as if under unbearable strain, his knees pressing into the endless black, and his arms stretched wide, holding the stars apart. For a moment, the crew of the Hope's Ascent believed it to be a mirage born of exhaustion. But then the figure moved. A low groan reverberated through the ship's hull, a sound so ancient and mournful that it seemed to shake the very fabric of their souls. Alarms blared, and panic swept through the crew. But the captain, a woman named Elise Cade, held fast, ordering silence. They observed the figure for hours. Instruments failed to measure its size or composition, and no communication devices could breach the oppressive silence surrounding it. It was as though reality itself bent and twisted in the Veilkeeper's presence. Then came the revelation. The figure was holding something, two vast curtains of energy that shimmered like liquid light. The stars behind them blinked and danced, as if seen through rippling water. The Veilkeeper was holding back the collapse of the universe. Humanity's fleets arrived days later, summoned by the distress signal of the Hope's Ascent. Dreadnoughts and science vessels gathered, surrounding the Veilkeeper in a vast formation. Initial attempts at communication failed, their signals swallowed by the void. Yet, in their silence, they saw the pain etched into the Veilkeeper's form. He shuddered, his movements slow but agonizing, as though bearing a weight beyond comprehension. One fateful day, as the Veilkeeper's arms began to tremble, an energy wave rippled out from his hands. It passed through ships, disabling systems, and igniting chaos. The fleet scrambled, desperate to understand what was happening. A single distress call came through. The veil is weakening. Humanity acted. A voice, firm and resolute, broke through the chaos. We will not let him fall. From that moment, the greatest cooperative effort in human history began. Ships from every colony, every nation, and every fleet converged on the Perseus Arm. Engineers, scientists, and soldiers worked side by side. They constructed massive platforms equipped with gravitic stabilizers and energy projectors. Their goal: to support the Veilkeeper and strengthen the fabric of the veil itself. The first attempts were disastrous. Machinery failed, consumed by the veil's strange energies. Ships were lost, their crews sacrificed in the name of progress. Yet humanity pressed on, driven by determination and guilt. They knew this being had carried the weight of existence for untold eons, and they would not abandon him now. Weeks turned into months. Fleets became floating cities, with entire societies forming around the effort. The Veilkeeper remained silent but watchful, his ancient eyes glowing faintly as he observed humanity's toil. His presence, once a source of fear, became a symbol of resilience. Poems and songs were written about him, and children born among the stars grew up knowing his name. Finally, after years of relentless effort, humanity succeeded. They constructed a vast exoskeletal structure around the Veilkeeper's form, powered by the combined energy output of 1,000 worlds. The veil strengthened, its shimmering surface stabilizing for the first time in millennia. The Veilkeeper stood taller, his movements less strained. And then, for the first time, he spoke. "Thank you," he said, his voice resonating through every ship, every station, and every heart. "You have done what even the gods could not." His words reverberated across human space, igniting celebrations on every colony and station. But with the gratitude came a warning. The burden is not mine alone. It belongs to all who exist. The Veilkeeper's words reshaped humanity's purpose. They became not just explorers but caretakers, guardians of the fragile balance that allowed the universe to thrive. Pilgrimages to the Perseus Arm became a rite of passage, each visitor offering a moment of their time to help sustain the veil. Centuries later, the story of the Veilkeeper remains a cornerstone of human identity. His image is etched into monuments, his name spoken with reverence. And though the stars still hold mysteries, one truth is clear. Humanity's place among them is not to conquer, but to protect, to share, and to hold the veil together.